My sister's wedding invitations arrived with a note, adults only, no exceptions. My daughter cried for days. Then I found out why she was really banned, and I made sure everyone at that wedding knew the truth. My daughter Sophie is 6. She's shy, polite, the kind of kid who apologizes when someone else bumps into her. She's never caused problems at family events, actually sits quietly coloring while adults talk. When my sister Emma sent out her wedding invitations, Sophie's name wasn't on ours, just mine and my husband's. The note inside said strict adults only policy to maintain elegance and sophistication. Sophie absolutely adored Emma, followed her around at every family gathering, asked to braid her hair like Emma's. For months after Emma got engaged, Sophie had been practicing flower girl poses in the mirror, walking slowly with an invisible basket. Emma had mentioned needing a flower girl at Christmas dinner, and Sophie took that as a personal assignment. The rejection destroyed her. She cried herself to sleep for 3 nights straight. I called Emma to ask if she could make an exception, just for Sophie. She could even skip the reception if that helped. Emma got defensive immediately. It's my day. I want it perfect. You know how kids are. They ruin photos, make noise during vows, spill things on expensive rentals. This isn't personal. I tried to stay calm. Sophie's not like that. She's really well behaved. You know that. Emma cut me off. The decision is final. I need you to respect my boundaries. It's already stressful enough planning this wedding without family members trying to guilt me. I dropped it. Told Sophie that sometimes adult parties don't include kids, and we'd do something special just the 2 of us that day instead. She seemed to accept it, but I could tell she was heartbroken. Then Thanksgiving happened. Emma's fiancé Derek posted Instagram stories from his nephew's birthday party. There was Emma, right in the middle of it all, surrounded by at least 10 screaming kids. She was laughing, holding a toddler on her hip, face paint smeared on her cheek. The caption read, "Love these little monsters. Best part of family." I sat there staring at my phone, confused and honestly pretty angry. I commented on the story, "Thought you said kids ruin everything? This looks fun." Within 5 minutes, the story was deleted. No response to my comment, just gone. 2 days later, my mom called. Her voice had that careful, uncomfortable tone she uses when she's about to say something she doesn't want to. "Honey, I need to talk to you about the wedding situation." Emma asked me to explain something. I waited. Mom sighed. Emma's worried Sophie might say something inappropriate during the ceremony, something that could embarrass her in front of Derek's family. I was completely lost. Sophie barely talks to strangers. What could she possibly say? Mom went quiet for a long moment. Then she admitted the truth, and everything clicked into place. 2 months ago at a family dinner, Sophie had wandered off to find the bathroom. She came back and innocently asked Emma in front of everyone why she was kissing Uncle Tom in the garage. Tom is our cousin. He's also Derek's younger brother. The room had gone silent. Emma laughed it off immediately, said Sophie must have seen her hugging someone and got confused. That kids always mix things up. Everyone nodded and moved on. Sophie didn't push it. She just went back to her coloring book. But apparently, Emma had been panicking ever since, terrified that a 6-year-old with a tendency to repeat things might bring it up again in front of 300 wedding guests, in front of Derek's entire family, in front of Derek. So the adults only rule wasn't about elegance. It was about silencing a witness. I didn't argue with Emma after that. Didn't confront her. Didn't threaten anything. I simply RSVP'd yes for my husband and me. Added a note that we'd arranged childcare and were looking forward to celebrating with them. Wedding day came. The ceremony was beautiful. Emma looked stunning. Derek looked happy. I sat in the 4th row and clapped at all the right moments. At the reception, I ate my overpriced chicken and made small talk with relatives I hadn't seen in years. Then came the toasts. Emma's maid of honor went first. Then Derek's best man. Then Emma's college roommate. I waited until there was a natural lull. That moment when it seemed like speeches were wrapping up. Then I stood up. I wasn't on the speech list, but nobody stopped me. A few people looked confused, but I smiled warmly and started talking. I talked about family bonds, about the importance of honesty, about how we teach children to tell the truth even when it's uncomfortable, about how kids see the world so clearly, without all the filters adults develop, how sometimes children witness things adults wish they hadn't, things that get dismissed as confusion or imagination. I kept my tone light, almost philosophical, like I was building to some heartwarming point about innocence. Then I mentioned how Sophie saw Emma and Tom in that garage 2 months ago, and how kids really do remember everything. Derek's head snapped toward Tom at the family table, then slowly back to Emma at the head table, and I watched my sister's entire face collapse as 300 guests realized exactly why my daughter was really banned from this wedding.